For mortgage advice tailored towards your individual needs, contact PGB Mortgages today. Let them guide you through your home buying journey. Contact details are in the description.
What's happening? I hope you're all well. So, I am back in the UK and I'm back making another video. And the topic of this video today is going to be why I let go of intelligence. And I hope that, I want to put two things straight right off the bat. I'm not saying I'm Einstein, number one. Number two, I'm not saying that I let go of intelligence and I am completely without thought. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying here is I let go. One thing I've done is I've let go of the need to think everything through and overthink and procrastinate. And instead, what I've done is I've introduced letting things flow. Because when you let things flow, that's when you let the universe's plan play out. And I think that when you let the universe's plan play out, and when you let God's plan play out, and when you surrender almost to God's plan, the universe's plan, and you simply let yourself be a vessel for that plan to play out through, that's when things happen. But on the other hand, when you put up more resistance, when you put up resistance against the flow and the current and the flow of the river, that's when more resistance is put up by the walls of creation. When you resist what is supposed to be happening, that is when the walls of resistance will come up against you. And instead of becoming a vessel of flow, you become a vessel of static energy and you feel like you're not moving anywhere. And so what I have done, and I'm not going to say I'm 100% there yet, but what I have made a clear effort to do is to stop trying to think of every scenario and counter scenario, and if I do this then that could happen, and if that happens then this could happen, or if I don't do anything then I can avoid this happening. Instead of doing that, I've kind of just tried to let things flow and not try and overthink things. Because I used to think about every single solution of every single potential move or every single problem needs a solution and a contingency plan, and every single action I take needs to consider every single factor. And while you don't want to be without thought, you don't want to over complicate a simple situation. I'm actually learning that maybe sometimes intelligence is stupid and stupid is clever. Because when you try and overthink, you could be talking to a girl and you could be thinking, oh, well, I've watched all these dating coaches and they say you should use this strategy. They say you should use this technique and she'll be all yours. The problem with that, and I'm not saying it will never work for you, but the problem with that is when you're having an interaction with a girl and you're standing there thinking about what the last dating coach you watched on YouTube said, you're not letting a natural conversation flow. And that's the problem. That's the problem. And so it's going to come off as insincere. And if anything, you're just going to confuse the woman you're talking to. Now, you can fake it till you make it. And you can change behavior. And obviously you do have to go through, when you're changing your behavior, you do go through a period where things are going to look a little stiff and unnatural. But as much as possible, we need to be keeping things as natural as possible and letting things flow as much as possible. And not overthinking every single situation. You know, in the past, if I was tired and I was in a social setting, I would try and force myself to have more energy. I would try and force myself to have more energy and talk to the people around me. But now, if I'm tired and I'm in a social setting, I just accept that I'm tired. That's my energy for that social setting. You're going to have the lively one, the untired one, the rude one, the polite one, the funny one, and I'll be the tired one today. There's no point trying to resist it, because you can try and force yourself not to be tired. You're just going to crash, and then you're going to be even more tired than if you just accepted it. So, you know, and then the next time I'm in that same social setting, then morning. The next time that I'm in that same social setting and I've had a good night's sleep and I'm not tired, then I can be the funny one. You know, I can wear a different hat that day, because that's what it is. You've got to be who you are in that second, you know, in that time, place, and predicament. You got to be who you are. You know, if you're in the mood to be talkative, then you can be talkative. But if you're not, then just, you know, sit down and be quiet. Yeah, people might say, what's up? Nothing's up. That's just the state that the universe has placed on you for that second, and there's no need to overthink it. Just accept the current, you know. Just accept. You have to just accept where you're at that second. You know, I always used to think about the future, like, oh man, you know what, you know, I want this to happen, I want that to happen. And, you know, I still do from time to time. I'm not here to tell you that I'm perfect, because I'm not. And, you know, but one thing I always used to do was say, I want this to happen right now. I want that to happen right now. You know, I want this now. I'm looking at other people. They got this. I want that. And it's like, if you're not supposed to have that right now, then nothing you do is gonna change that. So the more you resist and the more you resent and the more you have that front heavy energy, then you're showing a lack of understanding and you're overthinking it and you're not letting the universe flow. You never know, you might end up, life, you know, is like a slow race, and you might end up a million steps ahead of that guy that you're envying. But you're not letting the simulation play out. You're not letting things flow. And so, morning. So what I say is, you know, don't overthink it. Just let things flow. I'm not saying never think, but just let things flow and be genuine. And, you know, the conscious and the subconscious, you know, when you think and overthink, you're relying more on the conscious, but it's the subconscious, arguably, that is the genuine energy, the energy that you're vibrating at. Because you can consciously say something, but it's the subconscious often that prevails. The subconscious, in my opinion, is more powerful than the conscious, because the subconscious is what you revert to when you're tired of thinking, and thinking is, in a way, a forced energy. So don't overthink. Surrender to God's plan, surrender to the universe's plan, and things will probably be better off for you. In fact, I know things will be better off for you if you do that. Anyway, let me know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, there's a link for that in the description. With that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.